lovely people. It is amazing to have you here this evening. And we are really honored to have you and excited that you are here with us and you have joined us from different parts of the world. I know we have quite a number of people coming from East Africa, and we love having you on board, and we are thankful that you have chosen to spend your evening with us. So this evening we are honored to have quite an amazing conversation. But before we get there, allow me to do a quick introduction. My name is Grace Nzula. I'm an HR consultant from Atara Solutions. And you are tuned in to Get It Right with Atara Solutions. This program runs every Tuesday from 8 o'clock Kenyan time. And we have done this for the last 5 years. And we are very excited to have you tonight. And really, we have been doing quite a lot of learning. So if you want to catch up with what you may have missed, because these sessions are very impactful, you can visit our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and get to interact with quite awesome information in there, the learning that you can share with your people in the workplace and also for yourself. So your next trip in the car, please log on to Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and you will get to learn a thing or two. So Atara Solutions, I said, is a HR consulting and training company. We offer 4 services. We have HR manager outsourced. If you are in an organization that are not that is looking to outsource their HR services, or does not require somebody sitting there full time, they can outsource the function to us. And then we also offer HR consulting. If you're looking for an organization that will support you in your salary survey, job evaluations, review and update of your policies, then Atara Solutions should be able to support you on that. We also offer learning and development. We have coaching, we have team building, and this is where Get It Right with Atara Solutions also falls in. And we also do recruitment and selection. So those are the services we offer at Atara Solutions. Do not think twice. If you have a need, reach out to us and we should be able to offer you those services. Of course, on Get It Right, I do not do it alone. I am here with my co-hosts, and I forgot to spotlight. And Catherine, you look nice today. Eish, I see the public service day has done well for you. You look lovely. It's good to see you. Karibu Nairobi. Catherine is currently in Nairobi doing an amazing job at the public service day at KICC, and she's doing what she does best. Catherine Sidandi is our sign language interpreter. If you're looking to learn sign language, then you need special classes for sign language, then please sign up with Catherine Sidandi. She does an amazing job. If you're looking for private classes on sign language, then Catherine Sidandi will be able to give you that support. And then, of course, we have Richard, who is my co-host, and I will allow Richard to also quickly introduce himself.
Grace Nzula, the moderator of choice, thank you so much. Good to see you. Catherine, I hope you're well. This is Richard J. Magoma. Richard J. Magoma specializes in preparing people for interviews and, of course, to overcome the fear of public speaking, which is called glossophobia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy the essence of transformational leadership by my good friend, Paul. Over to you, Grace.
All right. Thank you so much, Richard, for being here and for just the amazing job that you're doing with us and for us in terms of what you're offering in public speaking. I was just trying to find to get a hold of your flyer so that we can show people what is coming up, and I think we should be able to do that in the near future. So in the interest of time, allow me to just give a shout out to our partners. I am so excited to have, I see people from Tanzania. I see Doris from Ghana. I see Joseph from Rwanda. And this is an amazing, amazing session. I will let you know why we have chosen this topic. But before we do that, allow me to give a shout out to our partners so that it becomes all right, all right, all right, all right. Oh God, where is my document? Okay. Here we are. All right. We have our partners. We have Nile Front Cottages. Nile Front Cottages are cottages located in Jinja, Uganda. If you're looking for a place for vacation, solocation, medication, whatever vacation you want to take, you need to visit Nile Front Cottages. We have Profiles International. Are you looking for psychometric assessments for your organization, or as an individual, are you looking to become an emotional intelligence certified practitioner? You need to join Profiles International. You can check them online and see the services they're offering. We have AAR insurance for all your insurance needs. We have Hotel Sapphire. Are you in Mombasa and are you looking for a place to have your what do we call it, conference? Then you need to go to Hotel Sapphire, and on Friday their food is just out of this world because they only serve coastal dishes and their bajias, my friends. You actually need to go to Hotel Sapphire, and they have an amazing band. Different nights have different themes. Such a great place to be at. And then we have Tufaha Resort. Tufaha Resort is an exclusive luxury hotel in Nanyuki, and this is where we had our road trip edition of 2025. The place is so amazing. You just need to look for it, go there, and just get to enjoy yourself. And then we have Panessa Training Institute. If you're looking to become a carpenter, you need to sign up with Panessa Training Institute, or just want to get DIY skills on woodworking. And then we have Port Sako for all your Soko needs. We have Sotet Kinyumbani. Sotet Kinyumbani is a restaurant located in Nanyuki. If you are in Nanyuki, passing through Nanyuki, going by Nanyuki, or staying in Nanyuki, you need to go and taste the food at Sotet Kinyumbani. They serve only natural African food, and I tell you, it is amazing. It is so delicious. And then we have a Steadfast Quality Solutions. Steadfast Quality Solutions are our partners in Kampala, Uganda. If you're looking to have your board trained, if you're looking to have your board evaluated, if you're looking to recruit a board member, then Steadfast Quality Solutions will be able to give you those services. And this is headed by my good friend Herbert Zake. Herbert Zake is also a Gallup's Strengths certified coach. If you're looking for coaching, then look no further. Herbert Zake should be able to give you that service. He has coached over 500 executives, and he's looking to do more with you. And then we have K2 HR Services. K2HR Services are our partners in Rwanda, and we have exciting news that are coming up for the people around these nations. We have something coming up from K2. I'll tell you about that. But if you're looking for HR services around Rwanda, you need to get in touch with K2 HR services for your trainings, for your HR services, staff outsourcing. K2 HR services in Rwanda, in Kigali, Rwanda, should be able to offer you those services. And of course, I would like to welcome you to the Growth Grid Mentorship Program, Cohort 2. This is a mentorship program that is targeting HR practitioners who want to transition to human resource management roles. Are you a HR assistant? Are you a HRO? Or are you a HR manager who wants to polish their skills on HR audit, HR policies, HR budgeting, setting up an HR department, HR reporting, performance management, discipline management, and interacting and networking with fellow professionals? Then join our 8-week program, which starts on the 2nd of July, and it takes place every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. And this is a very practical and interactive program. Please do not fail to sign up. This is an amazing opportunity for you. And I told you I will tell you what is coming up and from K2. Now, K2 has partnered with the Institute of Human Resource Management to bring to us what they call Africa Transformation Leadership Conference. And this will be happening from the 6th to 8th of August here in Nairobi. So if you want to come to Nairobi from everywhere, please, this is your opportunity. Nairobians, it is time to come and interact with the leaders, or come and interact and polish your leadership skills. And this is looking into how can you do better in leadership. And we will be sharing with you the theme in the coming weeks. But this conversation today was totally informed by this summit, which or other conference that is coming up from the 6th to 8th of August at Sarova Panafric in Nairobi, Kenya. And these are going to be amazing days of interaction, amazing days of networking, and most importantly, of learning. And we are looking to have people from the region come in. And so please sign up. And if you want to have more details, you can reach out to info@k2hrservices.com, or you can reach out to us at Atara Solutions, or you can reach out to the Institute of Human Resource Management for more details. Come one, come all. And this is an opportunity for you and yours to learn, to interact, and to polish your leadership skills. So, having said that, and I just want to hear from you on the chat. What do you think about transformational leadership? Because that is one thing, it is so interesting a concept to actually listen into. And I hope that after this, you will look out for the recording, which will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and get to learn more about it. Now, before I welcome our speaker today, I would like to invite Mr. Stephen Karango to just say hi to us and maybe welcome us to the Africa Transformation Summit.
You still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you.
Yes, good evening, team. I'm very happy to be here with you all. Really, you did a good job to bring all together here as a very good platform to share most of the inspirations and the other key information for professionals. Backing to what you said about the Africa Transformational Leadership Conference in Kenya, really this is a good platform that we need to meet and talk into practical leadership. And it is the only option to take the next generation and be sure that there is a continuity and improvement of a leadership of the countries within a region, within our institutions. So the only promising of our future and the next generation is only having the option of empowering leadership and transforming how we are doing it from today to the next generation. So come all to the conferences which will happen in August from 6 to 8, 2025 at the Salova Pan-Africa Hotel. I think that is that, and we will continue to communicate with you the details. I'm very hopeful that you have a good time than ever. Come all and register for your attendance. Thank you, Grace.
Grace, you're muted.
Oh my God, the way I have been talking and talking and talking. Anyway, I was just passing my gratitude to one Stephen Karangwa. He is one very innovating friend of mine, and I'm really happy to call him my friend. Lately, we were globetrotting together. We went to Zanzibar and found each other there. Then we went to, I don't know where I found each other there, but yes, we are here and bringing you amazing stuff. So do not talk about leadership if you're not coming for that one. So I have seen your comments on the chat, and I see you're talking about leadership in style. I see Anne saying a leadership style that focuses on inspiring, motivating followers to achieve greater results. Excellent. And Christine says leadership that empowers others. All right, those are the comments I've gotten on transformational leadership. But because we are not the experts tonight, we have my other good friend who goes by the name Paul Ngoge, and I think he's known mostly for greening Oloitoktok. However, besides greening the earth, he is also the chairman of INGO Roundtable. He is a mentor known to quite a number of people. He is a speaker, and he, most importantly, is a coach. And oh yeah, I forgot to say he's a HR practitioner with quite an array of experience in different leadership. In leadership in different organizations. And it's really amazing to have him tonight. And Paul, we are looking forward to learning from you on the essence of transformational leadership. Please take it away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Grace Nzula. Really an amazing audience here today. I should say good morning, good evening, because I don't know where you could be joining us from. And Atara Solutions actually has become a convergence for people from just around the world. We have sometimes people even joining all the way from Australia. So it could be good morning, good afternoon. It could actually even be good night, not necessarily informing people to go to sleep, but actually just to encourage you just to be here today. What a fantastic opportunity here today in Africa, and in particular, this will actually just be a tip bag, an iceberg, actually preparing for the next big conference in Nairobi. And already my friend Steve Karango has been talking about it, and it's wonderful, especially in this particular time and age where the buzzword actually is about collaboration, and transformation is actually all about collaboration. Transformation is all about cooperation. It's all about coming together. It's about not transacting, but going beyond the norm, beyond the norm day-to-day tasks. So today I'm here to unpack transformational leadership. It's not something actually you can actually do in one session, but today we'll do as much as possible to engage in this particular wonderful conversation today. We are living in a very interesting age of artificial intelligence, technology, actually, which is a game changer. You heard actually my friend Richard talking about public speaking. If, of course, you cannot actually speak confidently in a more coherent way, you can actually not speak about the ideas that you have, you can actually not actually become a transformational leader. So today I'm here actually to discuss about and to engage with you about this very, very important topic of transformational leadership. And I will be with Sheila, who is actually my colleague at Pavel Global Solutions, so actually who will also be helping us to run the slides here. So the next slide. So we start with, sorry, there's a problem. Yeah, and I think the first thing I think Grace has actually asked is about transformation. Yes, there's the leadership, and sometimes we talk about transactional. When we are talking about transactional, it's something, of course, that actually you have to get it in return. It's something which is there. I have to get after you achieving a particular goal. There is something that we have to get in return. But how can you actually go beyond transacting this? The next slide, please. Sheila, if you can hear me. Fantastic.
Transformational leadership.
Good. There we are. So today we are going, I don't know whether we okay there, Sheila? That's fine.
Yes, it's moving. Just let me know if it's moving.
Good. I think now we have exactly what we are going to cover today. And the first thing is about what does transformational leadership really, really, really mean? And then we also are going to look at the simple everyday ways just to lead. They could be just simple things that actually you can do every day as you report back to work, in your family, in your community, in your organization. There are certain things actually you can just pick and actually run with them and transform. And for me, it's about not necessarily thinking about transformational leadership as rocket science. And also the other thing is about how can you also shift from managing the task to shaping lives. So not necessarily managing the transactional things every day, the activities that we do every day, but also to go a little bit a step forward and shaping the lives of the people. The other thing that we're also going to look at today, for the interest of time, also is to look at the practical steps which actually you can take to show up differently. It's all about showing up all the time. So how also can you also actually show up differently? And finally, As you grow others, it's all also about growing yourself. So that's the target, the focus that we're going to have this wonderful evening. And the first thing that, of course, has been people are unpacking here is what actually is transformational leadership. And this is actually just all about inspiring people. It's not actually just telling people what to do. And sometimes actually that's what makes things actually to go wrong. When it's about the telling, it's about the instructing, it's about helping the people to see just a better future in themselves. And the question that it will be coming is that when people experience you, how do they actually turn up? Do they feel energized? Do they feel happy? Do they have joy? Do they feel drained? How do they experience them? When we ask the people who actually work in your team, how do they feel? Do they feel inspired? Do they feel actually there's a reason even actually every day that actually they can turn up to go and to work? So it's always less about controlling of the people and more about the connection. Every day people turn up to say, I want to connect with people. Yes, there will be tasks, but when I turn up actually to the place of work, I feel actually my life has been shaped positively. So, and in most cases, actually what is said that people don't care how much you know until actually they know actually also you care for them. So transformation in terms of the leadership is about care. It's about inspiration. It's about less control. It's about connecting with the people. It's about actually making people feeling that they are better versions of themselves so that they're able to turn up every day in a better way. Sometimes you always hear people saying, it's a Monday again, it's a Tuesday again. And yet all the days actually have the same number of hours. Why actually do people say that? In most cases, it's because of the kind of leadership that they experience every day. When there's no joy and there's more draining and there's no accountability and there's no empowerment, they cannot be transformational leadership. Next slide, please. So let's think about it. When was the last time, and this could be a question that perhaps you can actually engage on the chat box. When was the last time your leadership really made a difference for someone? When was the last time that somebody said there was a difference that they had? When was the last time? Is it yesterday? Is it an hour ago? It could be 30 minutes before. It may have been yesterday. It may have been last month. When was the last month that your leadership made a difference for someone? And it could have been a simple thing, like helping someone through a tough time. We are actually in situations which are actually unprecedented. Some of them may be economic. Some of them may be family-oriented. Some of them may be work-related. But it could be tough situation. And it could be that kind word that you may have mentioned to somebody. It may be by encouraging somebody. When was the last time that you encouraged somebody? That one kind word can change. That one kind word, an encouraging word, can make you actually change their lives. What did you do? And how did you feel? It may look small, but one day, and perhaps it could be the following day, someone can mention, because of that particular one word, I felt transformed. So transformational leadership is about what you do to people every day, and it could be some of those simple things that you do. And these are the moments which show the heart of transformational leadership, making it real and impact to the people, and the impact to be positive. And the best way to find yourself, as Mahatma Gandhi said, is to lose yourself in the service of the people. If you want to find a real fulfillment, lose yourself in the service of the people in terms of servant leadership. And transformational leadership is about servant leadership. What are you doing every day to show up? And some of the things sometimes we do in transformational leadership without necessarily getting the gain, you have no idea the amazing kindness and the blessings which will follow you. It will follow your children, it will follow your generation because of that particular special impact that you did. So think about, when was the last time your leadership really made a difference for someone? And it may not necessarily be something which is very difficult. It may even be like, for instance, my friend, what Richard is doing and Grace Nzula, transforming the world, what Karango is putting across in terms of building, convening a conference in Nairobi to ensure that we have the thought leaders, we have people to engage, not necessarily even within your silos, but even actually across Africa. We are living in a time that we are believing that we need to bring more platform together for engagement and collaboration. So one of the buzzwords today in this particular webinar is, when was the last time that your leadership made a difference for someone? And when you are thinking about leadership, it's the space that you occupy, the roles that you do every day as you show up. We are not talking about seniority. It's about the difference that you're making in the space that you do. Whatever project that you're leading in your community as an organization, what change are you making? Next slide, please. So in this particular case, we have some 7 pillars of transformational leadership. And the first pillar is about how you lead. There has to be clarity in terms of your vision. If there is no destination that you're guiding the people in your team, then any road will do. They'll be saying any road will do. There has to be clarity in terms of the vision. So there has to be uplifting vision. You have to share your why. And in your teams, it has to be something which has to be shared from time to time. When you think you have communicated more about the vision of your team, then you communicated more. So sharing the why, help people feel part and parcel of this. There has to be ownership in what actually you're doing. Empowerment starts by the why. Why are we doing this? Not necessarily telling people we need to do. The questions people are asking nowadays, and there's more transparency in organizations and communities, and actually you can see whatever is happening even in social medias, people are asking the why. In transformational leadership, you have to be having the why, and to keep this particular momentum going, and to build the connections. It's impossible to have anything successful in case you're not building connections. In the world that I've been traveling, it's about building meaningful connections. I'll be able to meet Stephen Karangwa just a couple of weeks ago, and look at where we are now. It's about actually building authentic connections, and they transcend boundaries. Transformational leadership has that particular capability of building connections, pausing and asking people, how are you? And even giving the space, not to be in a hurry, for people to say, to tell you exactly how they're feeling. Today I'm feeling a little bit down, I'm feeling low. So that every particular meeting and space needs to start with, how are you? Before even start talking about, did you get the particular targets? People switch off immediately when you just becoming transactional about the targets, and they switch on when it's about how are you building the connections. So one of the powerful pillars of transformational leadership is building authentic connections, genuine connections, and they need to be consistent. And then self-awareness and emotional intelligence. I think I don't need actually to belabor that. Emotional intelligence and self-aware. And if this is actually a problem, normally there are programs actually that you can enroll to. You can be coached on issues to do about emotional intelligence. The EQ, the IQ will make you to have to get the door in any organization and teams. But the high emotional intelligence now make you to get into the door and to do magic. Make bold moves, as you enter into these particular doors and spaces every day. It's not just about being contented with the norm. Make bold moves, challenge the norm, and do what's right. Discoveries around the world have been done by people who are transformational. Our discoveries, artificial intelligence, technology as a change maker. The people even who are embracing the soft skills, all is about making the bold moves, saying, you know what? I can no longer be actually in my comfort zones. There's something I have to do. So moving on to get out of the comfort zone is making bold moves and challenging the norms and disrupting which needs to be there. And then the fifth pillar, in the next slides, please, is about inspiration and leading with empathy, creating room for other people to rise. And the people sometimes who will even make the loudest noise in a room are not necessarily the leaders. Leadership is about creating space for other people in a room. So sometimes pausing and not becoming dominant in a conversation, and allowing people some space to go and make and coming up with ideas, leading with integrity. People follow who you are, not what you say. It's not about what you say. You may say many things, but in most cases, they look like exactly what you're doing. Are you role modeling? Are you modeling that particular behavior? And that's all about transformational leadership. And in most cases, people will say, I am able to do this because, you know what? Stephen Karango is able to do it. Grace Nzula is able to do it. Mrutu is able to do it. And that's all about role modeling and influencing with intention. They cannot be leadership in case there is no impact and influence. Indeed, those are two actually twins. Influence is the ripple effect of your presence. How people feel after interacting with you. How do they feel? Do they feel the power in you? Do they feel the influence in you? Do they meet you and they say, you know what, after that conference, I walked out of that particular conference and summit feeling different and inspired, and I'm able actually to make a difference in my society. I've become a new person in my leadership. Now I'm able even to transform my team. I'm able even to make more sales. The customer experience in my team has improved because of that particular interaction that I had with a particular leader. So what kind of influence do you have in the room? Are you felt? When you go on leave, do people even know that actually you've gone on leave? Or people actually will not even know that actually you're not there? How do people actually feel your presence? Is it with joy? Is it with sadness? Is it by draining people? So those are some of the 7 pillars that actually I can articulate today in my engagement with you about transformational leadership. Next slide, please. And then the other thing that I need to engage with is about moving away now from transactional leadership to transformational leadership. How do you manage the task to shape the lives of the people? Yes, there'll be tasks. Yes, there'll be volumes of sales to be done. Yes, there'll be performance reviews to be done. And definitely, in case you're in the NGO world, maybe there's grant writing to be done, fundraising to be done within the organization. There is monitoring evaluations to be done. There could be those particular tasks. And yes, they need to be there. But most leaders spend time managing tasks. So make sure that the work gets to be done. That's important, of course. But transformational leaders go further by inspiring the people. And it may be difficult in those particular tasks, but you have a reason to come and to do those particular tasks every day by the care, the empathy that actually you get from the leaders. They ask, how can I help this person grow? How can I help this team believe in their own power? And remember what we said about the why and the vision. If there's no clarity, people just show up, but they don't see their task being part and parcel of the bigger picture. And therefore, transformational leadership now is lifting people by asking people, how can I actually make you grow? How can I actually help you go to the next level? When you shift focus from just work to people, you create stronger teams and deeper impact. And real transformation and deep actually influence begins from there. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's actually about inspiring actually the people now go to the next level, as Simon Sinek said. Next slide, please. So what are the small ways that we can lead differently every day as you turn up? There's some interesting conversations, especially on in one of the books, when someone is trying to change their ways. You know, when you're trying to change your way, the worst thing you can do is to keep bringing up the past. When someone is trying to be the best version of themselves, the worst you can do as a leader, as a manager, is keep on reminding them, you know what, remember where you were last year? Can you remember even you had a warning letter? Do you remember actually you didn't know anything as you joined the organization? Don't bring the past to the people. When someone is climbing a mountain or a rock, the worst you actually can do is to throw the rocks and the stones to these particular people. And the best actually you can do is not to remember those particular past, but actually to transform and encourage the people. You don't need to do big things all the time. And there are small but very powerful ways to lead with the heart. Some of them will just be about listening fully when someone talks, not waiting for to respond. Saying thank you and celebrating the small wins. Leadership is just about that. Giving honest but kind feedback, transforming people. Showing up consistently, even when it is tough as a leader. And I think we were reminded by the COVID. It was not easy. It is challenging, it is difficult, but show up. Be there. And people actually pick your behavior. Remember, transformational leadership is also about modeling our behaviors and curiosity about people's stories and dreams. Be curious. Share your stories more. What really happened? Transformational leadership also is about sharing our narratives. And it's not about perfections. It's actually saying, there was imperfection in my life, but I was able actually to move beyond that and sharing the stories and the examples how you're able to do it. You hear stories from motivational speakers about, why they did some things which were impossible completely, magical, miraculous. And that's not true. Share the obstacles, the challenges actually you went through. People actually sometimes in your imperfections, they pick it more and they're able even to transform their lives. These small actions build trust and motivate people. The biggest thing in the world is about the trust. As you show up, be vulnerable also as a leader. Let people see the humanity in you. They don't want to see the robot in you. They want to see you helping them to move to the next level. Next slide, please. So a couple of practical steps that we can actually even take from today, even after this webinar, is just to begin you every day by asking, who can I encourage today? Not next week, every day. Share your vision clearly and remind people why their work matter. And link their work to the bigger picture. Link their work to the vision statement of the organization. Link their work to the values of the organization. Link their work to the goals of the organization, to the strategic plan of the organization. Once you link what people do every day, they feel their lives actually matter. They lit up. They have the energy. Ask for ideas and listen without interrupting. Don't wait, And in this particular case, as a leader, transformational leader, be the last to speak in a meeting. Ask for these particular ideas. You have no idea. You may think your idea is the best, but the ideas which actually can transform the organization, your communities and the team could actually come from the person sometimes who is ignored in the organization and your teams. Some of the brightest ideas in teams come from the people who are sometimes ignored. Transformational leadership is integrating and coordinating the ideas and not dominating conversations. Listen even from the unspoken words. Offer support even in the small ways, like even checking on someone's progress, Show up and say, how are you progressing? Brilliant. Give kudos. Praise people publicly. In case you want to correct them, do it privately. Don't do it in front of people. Don't deflate people's self-esteem. Small, consistent steps always create the biggest change over time. So you can actually see it's actually something that we can show up every day in transformation and do something to uplift the people that are actually in our team and communities. Next slide, please. And growth, it's about us. It's about you. It's about people. The moment, there's the saying which says we lift by lifting others. If you want to go higher, lift other people. You learn more. Knowledge and information sometimes is perishable. If you hide information, it becomes perishable. And nowadays, actually, there are even better ways of getting information. Sharing is the best thing ever, especially in knowledge. And becoming vulnerable, even to be mentored by people who you think have nothing to share with you, is the best thing. Don't spend so much time looking for solutions. Solutions in transformational leadership is around the team. In transformational leadership, spend more time becoming more strategic, and therefore, when it comes to operational things, empower the people because they have the ideas and the solutions in the room. So leadership is not a solo journey. When you help others grow, you actually grow. Keep learning, keep reflecting and asking, how can I be better? How can I actually make you a better person? What did I learn from today? Those particular questions. And that's why even before we sleep every day, one of the best things to do And the psychologists actually talk about it, is that have a note of gratitude. What are you happy about that particular day? Who did you encourage? Have a note, have a journal of gratitude. What did you learn? Journalize it. And you realize that some of the best books actually are done by progress of what they write every day. Who did you learn? Who did you have the biggest impact? How can I support someone else's growth? And these mindsets create now a positive cycles, growing teams and growing leaders. And before you know, actually, it becomes a culture in your team. As you go, people start now growing each other. People actually start now even educating each other. And before you know, actually, the whole organization now becomes actually a learning culture. Before you know, actually, the culture is about encouraging people, about kindness, about well-being, about empathy. So you continue growing. So because growing is not necessarily even reading a book. It may even be spending some time in the garden with somebody, having a deep conversation. That actually can actually make you grow. So growth can actually be just around you. Next slide, please. So what kind of leader do you want to be remembered? And this is beautiful. In case you look at that, is that think about you on a balcony somewhere in Mombasa. It could be around Lake Kivu. It may be somewhere in Cape Town. It may be anywhere there is an ocean. And you have that particular balcony and there's that window. And you're looking around at that wonderful blue sea there. Very clear. And your question is that, what kind of a leader do you want to be remembered as? So maybe you need to just take a moment to picture that leader. What do they stand for? In case you look at some of the most transformational and admired leaders, some of them may be very quiet leaders. In case you look at how Mandela was able to speak and articulate his views, very quiet strength, and yet their presence was excellent. That's the kind of perhaps leader that you may want to do. Take a moment to picture that leader. What do they stand for? What values do they stand for? What do they make people feel? And remember the question that I asked you, that how do people experience you when they meet you, when they have a moment with you? This vision guides you and to make you so that you show up every day. To normally handle yourself, use your head because you need facts, but to handle others, use your heart. And this is a quote which was by Roosevelt some times ago. So what kind of leader do you want to be remembered for? As you sit on that particular balcony and look at the ocean, keep always asking your questions. As you do your Karura walks, as you do your Lolua forest walks, and you're looking at the forest with clarity, keep asking yourself all the time, what kind of a leader do I want to be remembered for? And keep looking at those particular values that you espouse for. Next slide, please. And some of the takeaways that we can think about is leading with energy and connection. So instead of just assigning tasks in a meeting, start by asking how your team is feeling and what support they need. They may not be having a functional laptop. They may not be having a functional Wi-Fi, but you keep on taking tasks to them and keep wondering. And remember, there are people sometimes who may not say their truth, depending with the tone that we use. So instead of assigning those particular tasks, ask by actually asking your team how they are feeling and what support they need. It may be small things which sometimes may not even need any money. It may be actually encouragement. And the small daily actions keep adding up. A simple thank you note or recognizing someone's effort publicly can boost motivation. Give kudos. Encourage people actually to thank each other. That needs to be a culture in your team. And actually, you move now away from transactional waiting always to actually empowering the people. So lead with vision, heart, and courage. Share your team's bigger purpose. Always ask why. Keep on asking why and the bigger picture. Help others grow as you grow. Next slide, please. So our calls to action in something at Pavil, like we say in terms of our leadership program, we have a leadership program where actually we say, how do you rise and lead? So the call for action today is pick one thing you have learned today in this particular webinar and act on it this week. Pick one thing you say, this is one actually I want to do. To move from transactional to transformational, this is one thing that I picked today, where we engage that I also want actually to do. Encourage or support one person. A one kind word can actually change their day. Commit to mentoring at least one emerging leader. If there's somebody who is emerging to be a leader, instead of draining them, support them so that actually they can actually become better and more effective leaders, and they can show up. Begin a 30-day leadership journal to track your progress. So as you work out today, you can actually start from tomorrow. How is my leadership actually transforming in the next 30 days? And actually journalize it. If you don't journalize and document things, you forget. Take 5 minutes daily to truly listen to someone and to be fully present every day. Just 5 minutes of your time, 2 minutes of your time, 5 minutes of your time to listen to someone. Some people actually are going a lot of struggle. It may not even be money related. It may be emotional. You may have that particular skill. You may be there and you have mediation skills. Listen to these particular people. Share your why. Remind your team or family what you do matters, even within your family. Don't always be a solo person. You wake up and do things on your own. You don't explain anything to the people. You keep just praising yourself. There is nobody, we don't have actually people who are superheroes completely than they don't people. At a particular time, you realize that it's very important that you need to keep on cascading the information and sharing your vision even with your families from day to day. Being honest about one challenge, it's okay to be vulnerable. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. Even in my own family, my children know. They mentored me even on AI, technology. The biggest actually information that I've known about technology and artificial intelligence and the settings have come from my children. They know the best for younger people. I always actually surround myself with very young people because they know so much. Actually, they can actually create things within a very short time and transform things. Invite ideas, help, or simply just connection from people. So find moments for networking events. You never know who you're going to meet in those particular networking events. You have no idea when you attend this particular webinar today, what word actually will transform you. You have no idea actually who you're going to meet here. It could be the big thing actually which can actually help you and actually lessen your pain. Pause every evening and ask yourself, did I inspire or lift someone's today? As you sleep today, and it could start tonight, what did I do in my life? Did I inspire or lift anyone? Did I transform anybody's version to become a better versions of their self? Next slide, please. Do one bold thing this week. What is that one bold thing that you're saying? I want to be doing it, and you've been procrastinating. Identify one behavior that you want to stop doing or shift in your leadership. You need to read and also learn. If you don't read, if you don't look at the posts which are coming on the social media from LinkedIn, you cannot lead. Leading is about actually being inspired by other people. Stop procrastinating. That is actually what it's a thief of time. Program is better than perfection. And don't strive for perfection. Always strive for progress, and also elevate your presence. Show up with clarity. Always show up. Even sometimes that you feel low, show up. Say something. Be visible. Your brand needs to be there. You may have many ideas, but if you don't show up, you go to places like this and you don't make a comment, you don't talk about in meetings, people will never know who you are. Don't compete for, one of my friends, Jen Mutisia, says, don't compete with furniture in the office, that people don't know who you are. Say something, show up, talk, join committees. That's actually the meaning of transformation and leadership. Don't be in a situation whereby actually you are invisible. People don't even know who you are from morning to evening. You've worked in an organization, in teams for many years, but people don't know who you are. And I was reading from one of my friends, a CEO, who was saying that some of the best ideas actually which comes in her team are not necessarily even sometimes from senior leadership, but even from actually other teams in the organization. And she even actually went a step further and said, there are certain things sometimes which cannot be done in case there are certain people who don't show up and raise up your hand. Transformational leadership is about raising up your hand and volunteering and becoming visible. Transformational leadership is about showing up and visibility and enhancing your brand and speaking out. Next slide, please. And those are some of the books that I may want to recommend. You can see there are some books there in where there are some flowers. Read books where there are flowers in a garden. Lead like Madiba, Made for More, The Promises of Giants, reimagined by Dr. Wale Akinyemi, who is my mentor. From That World to Fast by Lee Kuan, a fantastic book. The Art of Leading by our own Professor Lumumba. The Bold New Normal by Lucy Quest. And also Empowering Other Entrepreneurs by Dr. Bitenga, also he's a Kenyan. And then finally, the list of books is also Dare to Lead. I have that particular book. I'm reading it now by Brian, Becoming by Michelle Obama, Start with High by Simon Sinek, a fantastic author, Radical Candor by Kim Cott, Lead Us Eat Last by Simon Sinek. You'll know exactly, it's not necessarily what is they said there, but it's about transforming and humility and servant leadership. The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, and The Light We Carry by Michelle Obama. So those are some of the books that I may want to recommend going forward. For the interest of time, I just want to stop there, and I just want to take it back to Grace Zola. Thank you so much. And that's for us, Pavel Global Solutions, and some of the things that we do. Thank you so much, colleagues and friends here. Over to you, Grace.
Amazing, 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 Paul. That was such a what do we call it? Breath of fresh air. And you can see the emojis and the love and the celebrations that are coming in, and you can keep them coming. Thank you so much. I know this is such a wide topic, and I know you struggled to make sure you cover it within 30 minutes, but you have done justice for sure. And I see quite a number of comments as well coming in on what you have done. Jerry says, underlining the phrase "show up." And Cynthia says, thanks for insightful information. I liked being challenged every day. And Modesta says, do not compete with furniture. And Jedida says, I love that you have African authors. I was actually going to comment on that as well. Because we are looking forward to the Africa Transformation Conference that's happening from the 6th to 8th of August. And I hope that you're going to show up, and we are going to continue this conversation. But Paul, there is a question. By the way, if you have a question, please put it on the chat. It can take a few minutes. I know we are also top of the hour. However, we can just take a few questions and then we'll call it a day. And we have Martha, who is saying, how does leadership shape the organization culture? I know that is a very wide topic, and you have also probably covered it a bit on your presentation, but please let Martha know, how does leadership shape an organization culture?
Oh, thank you so much. I think there's a popular adage which says that, I think the fish actually starts rotting from the head. And, what happens is that I know for many years that people have actually confined thinking that culture actually is a domain of human resources. I think my good friend Damaris Ndunga will say no. Culture actually begins from leadership. If leadership does not model the culture in the organization on many things, even in terms of their values, then it becomes very difficult. You hear situations whereby people go to organizations, fantastic organizations, that's a big name, but when they go there, the culture is wrong. It may be small things like and some of them will be unwritten ways of how do we respect each other? How do we engage respectfully? How do we embrace diversity and inclusion? How do we even ask the hard questions, for instance, even when it comes to panel conversations? So it's actually leadership who model the culture. They're the ones actually who, and remember when I said about identifying a particular behavior that actually want to model. So leadership needs to show up, for instance, like with empathy. Leadership also needs to show up with compassion. Leadership also needs to show up with communication. Leadership also, for instance, needs to show up with empowering people. That's part and parcel of the culture. So leadership plays a big role in actually shaping the culture of the organization. And remember, actually, what he said, culture eats strategy for breakfast. And if you're not careful, it will eat the policies, it will eat the frameworks and the processes for lunch and dinner.
That's true. And allow me to recognize the presence of our executive director here in Kenya, Madam Kuresha Abdullahi. And her comment says, Paul, what a masterclass. And you are a transformational leader as well. And Rasiko World says, I just realized I am a transformational leader. I thought it was a complex matter. No, it is not very complicated. It just depends on where you look at. And there's somebody saying what? Lessons from Africa political leaders. So the other question is from Jedi Ngunguru, who is saying, how do you balance between building connections and not eroding boundaries? It is said familiarity builds contempt. How do we do that as leaders?
I think that's a good question, Jedi. Thank you so much for that. And that's true. Everything, just like well-being, also you need to have boundaries, because if you keep on saying yes to everything, then you're not assertive and you cannot complete even the tasks. And that's not about transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is about also creating healthy boundaries for ourselves so that we are able to do as much as possible. And the other thing which is key is accountability. In as much as possible, also you connect with the people and you're genuine and you're authentic. There has to be levels of accountability. You have to hold people accountable. You can't just keep on connecting and please people, and you are also not hold them accountable for the performance and the goals and the tasks that they need to do. Transformational leadership is also about helping people grow to the next level by giving honest feedback. Honest feedback based on facts. Based on facts is that your work can be better. However, I think there are certain things actually which are gray areas, and you need to work on them and help them actually to go to that particular levels. And that's where performance management is critical. And performance management is a daily conversation, weekly conversation. It's not an annual event. It's not a quarterly event. It needs to be a conversation that we need to have. So accountability is very, very important that we need to have. And actually, that's how you can draw the boundaries. No and yes are both statements and complete statements. Either it's a no or it's also a yes.
I totally agree with you. And the boundaries are really, really part of the job. If you can learn how to draw the boundaries, I think you have won the game. I have learned, okay, insightful, Paul, kudos. I will always show up. I am challenged. There's somebody saying, I was looking for a book by the speaker, Paul. Paul, when is your book coming out?
Sorry. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, Grace, you can hold me accountable. I should be able to write that one. I think that's a very good suggestion, which is coming from the audience. So thank you so much. So, Grace, make sure that, and my friend Richard, hold me accountable for that. Thank you.
Certainly. And I see Galgalo Halake. Hi, Galgalo. How is Rwanda? Galgalo is my friend who has since moved to Rwanda. It's good to see you here. And there's somebody who's saying currently it's good that things have changed and that culture resides with leadership and not with HR only. So yes, we should be informed of the launch. That's what my good friend Peggy says. Don't worry. You will be in the know. With Richard and myself on that seat, you will certainly know. Richard, do you have a question for Paul before we ask him to give us his parting shot?
Yes, I have a question, Paul. The question I have is this: leadership is a struggle to get confidence so that you can do those good things that you have mentioned. Where do we get the confidence? Sometimes you go to an environment that is toxic. Sometimes you go to an environment, it is totally not supportive of your leadership initiatives. So where do we source the confidence to keep on going until transformation? Because transformation is not a walk in the park.
I think that's a good question, and you're right. And it's not easy, and it could be the playbook in quite a number of spaces. Sometimes you may go to meetings and you have the agenda. Good leaders and transformational leadership needs to have done their lobbying before the meeting. If there is something that you need to happen in the organization, in your teams, start early lobbying. Go behind the scenes. Influence begins before even the meeting. Don't surprise people in meetings. How to build confidence also is about doing it daily, practicing it. Keep practicing. Today you may get a slap on the face. Don't show up. Keep showing up. Resilience. And it's not about a matter of time that you keep on escalating everything. Today something happened, you keep on escalating it. Try to solve it. That's how you build resilience. If you keep on escalating, it becomes challenging. Also, the other thing which is very important is to build the confidence. Be a critical thinker. Solve problems. Never go to meetings with problems. Go with solutions. Always wear the hat of solution-oriented person. That's actually how you start now becoming trustworthy, liked, and people believing in you. You lose the confidence in case all the time you show up with problems. Always show up with solutions. Always, and an array of solutions, and even recommendations to the team. Don't surprise people in meetings. Start your lobbying a bit earlier. And not all that, sometimes freeze your ego as you go to meetings. Even if it's the idea that you came up with, make it someone else's idea to actually shine with it at that particular time. It's your idea, but sometimes you can go and you create champions. That's actually one of the ways that actually you can spread the culture and your influence in your organization. If all the time is about you and your ego, you'll not succeed in organization. Go beyond your ego.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I think we need, maybe I can add to your 2 points, go beyond your shame and fear as well. Because those are the two things that will make us not see heaven, for lack of a better word. And by that, I mean not grow. Joseph from Rwanda says, transformation, where is that? Hey, I've lost the comment from Joseph here. Yeah. Transformation leaders often carry the emotional and strategic weight of driving change, but that can lead to quick burnout. In your experience, okay. Why is it refusing to? Okay. Just 1 second. I try to get that comment from Yosef. But that can lead to quick burnout. In your experience, what practices or mindsets help transformational leaders sustain their energy and avoid depletion over time? You have 1 minute to answer that.
Thank you so much. I'll take it in 30 seconds. One, mindfulness, setting boundaries, not saying to everything, I can do it. Have a time management matrix so that you don't think that everything is urgent. Empower people, delegate as much as possible, but retain oversight. Have moments as a leader to have some time for planning without even sometimes having your laptop. Have moments every week to take some time off, especially as a leader, to think, plan, and just have self-care and self-love. If you don't do that within a very short time, you'll go down. And your body actually will come and respond and tell you have to stop when you become sick. So mindfulness, well-being is critical for a leader. And then always have a team of people who will be your advisors and can even tell you at some point, let's stop it. It's not the end of the world.
Excellent. And yes, lovely people, do not forget to join us on the 6th to 8th of on the 6th to 8th of on the 6th to 8th of August here in Nairobi for Africa Transformation Leadership Conference. We shall be unpacking more around leadership for Africa as well. So for your organizations, for yourself, and for the continent is what we are focusing on from the 6th to 8th of August. Now, Paul, you have been speaking. Please give us your parting shot. What is that thing that you want to, your one-liner, your quotable quote?
Fantastic. And I know this is one of my favorite, and Grace is aware about it, is that I can see she's smiling already.
Can I finish it for you? but go ahead. Go ahead. If you are.
If you're persistent, you'll get it, So transformational leadership is about what gets into the door. If you're persistent, you'll get it. But if you're consistent, you'll keep it. So behavior is about consistency. It's about those particular daily actions that we have every day. So transformational leadership is not rocket science, but it's moving away from transactional leadership into consistency. It matters about what you do every day to achieve greatness. It's about, for instance, thinking about August and the next conference, which is coming in Nairobi, and saying, you know what, I want to actually to start saving that particular amount of money because I want to come and lead, and collaborate with the greatest thought leaders and captain industries in Africa. So see you in August this year in 2025. Over to you, Grace Nzola.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul. That was inspirational. And I know Catherine has also learned a thing or two so that she can also be a transformational leader in her space. I'm just speaking on you, Catherine. Yes. So my good people, I hope you have learned something, and that not only have you heard, but you are also going to be a doer. There's somebody who was asking whether we can share the notes. We normally don't share notes, because we are going to share the recording and you can listen in. We encourage you to listen in and make your own notes rather than us sending you a presentation, and I know you will probably just not really read through. So it's good that you listen in, get the translation from the author. We are manifesting. Yes, and then from there, then you can make your own notes. But thank you so much, Paul. You have done an amazing, amazing, amazing job. And of course, thank you, Stephen Karangwa, for thinking about Africa Leadership Conference that is coming, Africa Transformational Leadership that's coming up in August. And of course, thank you to all of you for joining us. You guys have done an amazing job. Thank you for sticking it with us. And thank you so much. And please be on the lookout for the recording on our YouTube channel. Get it right with the Tara Solutions, and you can go ahead and subscribe. Please join us, or rather follow us on Instagram at Tara Solutions, like our Facebook page at Tara Solutions. Let's connect on LinkedIn at Tara Solutions, and I personally, you can connect on CHRP Grace Nzula, and I think, Paul, your LinkedIn, you can share it on the chats so that you can connect with these people. And of course, Richard is Richard Magoma as well on LinkedIn, and Catherine Sidandi is Catherine Sidandi as well on LinkedIn. So let's keep the conversation going. Let us connect. Let's keep moving. And if you want to know, if you're joining us for the first time and you would like to be here, like I said at the beginning, we're here every Tuesday from 8 o'clock, and we are looking forward to having a Father's Day conversation next Tuesday. So all of you men and women need to be here next Tuesday, because fathers are an important part of our society, and that is the conversation we are going to be having next time. I see, my good friend Jasper from Precision Airline, Precision Air from Tanzania is also here. Good evening, Guy. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, so if you want to know more what's coming up on Atara Solutions, I don't know whether Jacinta is there. Jacinta, are you there? Kindly post on the chat, our WhatsApp group chat. Paul has shared. Please join our WhatsApp group. The link has been shared there on the chat. And that is an amazing platform for you to get to know what we are here every Tuesday. So you get to know what topics we are discussing. And that way you can be able to also contribute, learn, and interact. So thank you so much, guys. You have made my night, and we appreciate you. My co-host Richard and Catherine Sidandi, thank you so much. And the entire team of Atara Solutions, we appreciate you, and we know more. How do we get to know more about the conference? You can, the email that sent to you the link, you can use that, or you can also get in touch with info@k2hrservices.com. 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 That is how you will be able to get more information about the conference. and we look forward to having you there. So asanteni sana. For the non-Kenyans, that means thank you very much, and that is for the non-East Africans, because I'm sure every East African knows how to say asante. So thank you so much, guys. It's been amazing, and go ye and become transformational in your own spheres. Asanteni sana. Good night, and see you next Tuesday, same place, same time. I have been your host, Grace Nzula. See you then.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night, good night, good night, good night. See you on Tuesday.